It's such a weird contradiction. You love your friends with your whole heart, but today every single word out of their mouth scratches at your ears like a sharp nail. Today, their normal voice, the sound of their laugh, even the way they breathe is building this intense bottled-up anger inside you. You're probably thinking you're turning into a bad person, but honestly, there's a serious biological leak happening inside your brain. Did the people around us really turn unbearable overnight? Or did the invisible wires inside our heads just snap? Once you understand how this mysterious attack of exhaustion shuts down your subconscious social editor, it's going to genuinely shock you. But those simple fixes you're thinking about to stop this mental breakdown, are they actually working? Or are they just charging up your spite battery even more? Is not being able to tolerate people some kind of serious mental illness? Research says this sudden, intense disgust toward people isn't actually a personal flaw, but in almost 90% of cases, it's an early warning sign of chronic burnout. But the bigger, more confusing mystery is hiding deep down in the control room of our brain. Picture this: you're driving down a busy street, but today your brakes just aren't working. Day after day, smiling while you talk to everyone, keeping yourself calm at the office, and putting on that fake social politeness is actually a brutal kind of mental labor for our brain. Honestly, the blame isn't on us. It's on this toxic culture of, you always have to perform with a smile. The one that wrings our brain dry every single day. This mental labor slowly burns away the plastic insulation, that protective coating sitting on top of the copper wires inside our head. That's exactly when the raw leak kicks in inside our head, this uncontrolled seeping of raw thoughts, where all the anger and irritation inside us wants to come straight out. Why do I feel like a completely different, harsh person when I'm tired? According to neurologists, when we don't get enough sleep, our prefrontal cortex loses about 40% of its function, which temporarily makes our personality selfish and harsh. But the real cruel game behind this biological change is actually playing out somewhere else in our subconscious mind. This part, called the prefrontal cortex, sitting right behind our forehead, filters all the negative emotions inside us and teaches us how to live politely. And scientists straight up call this part the brain's social editor, because it decides what we say out loud and what we swallow back down. But when your body gets worn out, this filter, that protective layer inside the wire, completely melts away. Then the amygdala, our brain's primitive emotion control center, grabs full control, and it starts treating even tiny little triggers as huge threats. So when your closest friend asks you a simple question today, the electricity leaking out of your worn-down wire short-circuits your whole brain. Why does exhaustion suddenly turn even a calm person this aggressive and cranky? Medical data shows that after being awake for 18 hours straight, our mood gets as unstable and out of it as a drunk person with a 0.05% blood alcohol level. But when this drunk brain starts seeing everyone around it as an enemy just to protect itself, that's when the real disaster hits our relationships. Keeping up social connections is actually a really expensive drain of energy, one that empties out our glucose reserves in the blink of an eye. By the end of the day, when this energy is completely gone, there's no wall left to cover up our raw leak, all those suppressed thoughts inside us. You might be thinking that if you just pull away from everyone today and hide alone in your room, these broken wires will patch themselves back up. But did you know this social isolation is actually creating a confusing illusion for your brain? So is the only way to escape this unbearable social allergy to run away from everyone forever? Maybe you're thinking, yeah, cutting yourself off completely is the only solution. But this is exactly where we make the biggest mistake. Because solitude done the wrong way multiplies our inner mental leak instead of healing it. Our real problem isn't with other people. It's with the lack of protection on our worn-down wires. Honestly, I don't even know exactly where the line should be drawn, Because hurting the people you love and blaming it on exhaustion isn't totally okay either. Why does our body get tired so fast when we listen to other people's negativity? According to psychologists, closely listening to other people's frustration and complaints hits our subconscious empathic network hard and quickly knocks out the brain's energy grid. But when this energy drain crushes the last protective wall of our mind, something strange and biological happens. Another big sign of exhaustion is your five senses losing their normal boundaries, where even the light and the air around you start attacking you. Even the soft lighting in a regular restaurant starts stabbing your retina like a sharp needle, and ordinary sounds ring in your ears like explosions. Your skin gets so sensitive that even a gentle touch from someone you love starts feeling like a kind of physical torture. When the plastic cover around our wires burns down to ash completely, any ordinary sensation from outside gives us a direct shock. Can this constant exhaustion and extreme irritation toward everyone ever become permanent? Clinical psychologists warn that when long-term mental exhaustion turns into suppressed resentment, it raises the risk of depression by almost 3 times. But there's a super simple, 100% science-backed natural way out of this destructive cycle, one that all of us ignore constantly. To fully stop this short circuit and raw leak in the brain, we need to bring our core body temperature down by 1 degree before we sleep. A warm shower exactly 90 minutes before bed every night increases your blood circulation and radiates heat out of your body, cooling your core temperature down fast. It's really important to completely black out every digital clock and bright light around our bedroom so our subconscious mind stays safe from time anxiety. That glowing clock light floating in front of your eyes keeps your prefrontal cortex alert all night and interrupts the wire's healing process. These simple habits are what rebuild the burned plastic coating inside our head from scratch and keep our wires protected. By now, you're probably realizing that the people around you didn't actually behave badly today. It was your tired brain reacting to them unfairly. Once you know this biological mechanism in the brain, you'll free yourself from piling needless blame on yourself and from that social guilt. Let the worn-down wires inside you calm down a little. Give them some time and set up enough rest to keep them protected. The real foundation of our relationships isn't some forced act. It's the health of the energy wires inside our brain. Thank you all so much for sticking with the Ryan Findings channel because understanding your mind is what we're really here for. Let us know what's on your mind down in the comments. What tiny, ordinary little things set off major irritation in your tired head today? So, to protect your relationships, should you stay completely away from your loved ones when you're exhausted? Or is quietly putting up with it in every situation the real sign of maturity?